Obviously, it feels, a lot better to come in here, after a win. But I'll say this: that I tell you, Coach Ballard and their program, I just have some great respect for them, their coaching staff, their players, their style of play. All the way back, I think about when I was an assistant at Miami, and that system was happening. Clemson was doing it with Coach Purnell, and it's always been an extremely challenging system to play against. And I think they do a great job. So, ton of respect for them. But I thought our guys did a really good job being poised and handling it. There were certain things that we really talked about going into this game. Obviously, taking care of the basketball is paramount versus them, but this is a game where it's not as much about plays as it is about guys making plays. And so your fundamentals and what you do and your preparation leading up into it, understanding, and then being able to execute is really how you hope to have success this game. And CJ and all the guys I thought really did well with that. And then lastly was our offensive rebounding. That was something we really stressed going into this game. We needed to get back to it, and I thought our guys did a pretty good job with that.
CJ, what changed, if anything, in the second half? Obviously, 17 of your 23 points. Were they defending different, or did you just start attacking different?
I really think my rebounding helped me out today. That's just always been the player I was, grabbing rebounds and just getting hustle plays. And I really didn't even know how much I was scoring in the first and second half like that. I just was playing hard out there today.
CJ, how has your game maybe grown where you can find those plays to make, and stay aggressive?
I think my game grown, especially here, just finding easy baskets, not forcing anything, especially when I be on the court. As much as I do, there's no point to press. So just doing the things that coach need me to do, grab offensive rebounds, make the extra play, trust that the ball is going to come back to me.
Hitting a 3 too. We've seen you do that in the past. Obviously at UCF, just how good was that? A big point in the game. You're capable of that as well. Seeing one go through.
Yeah, I always tend to shoot better in the second.
Yeah.
In the second half of the season. I don't know why I always do that, but yeah, it's always good to see the ball go in, especially from 3. But like I said, I just go in every game just trying to play inside out, and I never really try to force no threes, but I was glad to see one go in today for sure.
Early in the game, it seems like they were packing the lane in tight and on defense, and then you guys were able to spread them out. How much did that open up your guys' offense, and what do you think led to them making that adjustment?
Well, I think they honestly, they rely on their pressure in the front court, and then they were turning us over because of, I don't know if it was as much them packing the paint, but they are really good when you drive. If you don't play off 2 feet, if you don't have great balance off the dribble, they are really good at getting their hands in there and causing deflections. That's what they do. And so I thought more so than them just packing, they are attacking those gaps. And I didn't think in the first half during that stretch we turned it over to start the game, we were playing as strong with the ball on our drives. We were trying to drive the ball the whole game. You have to do it versus them. If you don't, you will get caught in playing east and west. If you play this team east and west, you're in big trouble. They're going north and south the other way. So I thought we got stronger with the ball, and then we utilized the high ball screen to try and create some separation early in the possession. That was something we talked about at halftime, using the high ball screen very early in the possession to create CJ putting pressure on the rim with Cam or RJ or even Jay. Jay did a great job when he got in there in the second half of just now you get them chasing a little bit versus guarding. Too big. In the first half, they were guarding us in those gaps. I thought in the second half, we had them chasing a little bit. And that was the adjustment, but all the players, they're the ones that did it, and they made plays off it.
Cam had some early turnovers, but for him to kind of bounce back in the second half, get those assists, and play through some of that pressure, how big was that?
Yeah, it's really big. I mean, it's huge in terms of mental strength and resiliency, because there's going to be games that stuff like that happens, whether it's a team that's trying to speed us up and really attacking with traps. I mean, that's not an easy game to take care of the ball consistently. We've been pretty good taking care of the ball, obviously. Our last 2 games, one we had 6 turnovers, the other we had 9. So 15 combined in the last 2 games. We had more this game than we had in the last 2 combined. So for Cam to continue to play through being tired now, conditioning is a factor, things like that, but to take care of the ball better in the second half when you're in those situations says a lot about Cam Hayes.
Jan's been able to, show an ability to hit from beyond the arc. I mean, how have you been able to kind of add that wrinkle into the offense?
Jan's a good shooter. Jan's shooting 40% going into this game. Jan can shoot the ball. I don't know, we want to hunt those shots. We really felt like, and we just talked about this as a team in the locker room, that our shot quality was really strong tonight. In the first half we were 2 for 14, but I'm telling you 12 of those 14, 13 of those 14 threes were the ones that you want. And 18 assists is indicative of that. When you get 18 assists, that means you're sharing the ball. We had some unbelievable ball. I thought when some of those shots went up, I said, man, the basketball guys, this ball is going to go in. Just because you're playing the right way. But the whole last 5 days for us as a ball club has been about process. And you know what? If we can take 50 of those, we're going to take 50 of those threes. If they're the right shots, we're moving the ball. And you know what? It kind of got going in the second half, and those go in. So, yeah, they didn't go in the first half. But to your point about Jan knows we have the ultimate confidence in him. But it's our process of getting those right shots, and I'm glad that he knocks them in today.
CJ, you play the 4 sometimes when Sears on the floor, sometimes you're the 5, and it doesn't seem to affect you either way. You're even a little undersized for a guy to play the 5. But what is kind of your mindset when you flip from one to the other, because nothing seems to change with the results?
Well, I've been playing the 4 pretty much my whole career, and we've been drilling me at the 5 in practice. So I really am comfortable with both right now. And coach and everybody's been doing a good job with helping me through that process of playing both positions. So it's just second nature in the game.
Coach, Julian and Travion, update on their status.
Yeah, Travion got banged up in practice in one of the practices, and almost a freak play, just got tangled up, and he got banged up in his shoulder. So, we thought there was a chance he was going to play today, but it just didn't happen. And again, Juice is just dealing with some stuff right now, and he just wasn't in the rotation tonight.
You talked about changes after the North Alabama game. Was it more like a mindset thing, or just how did you kind of address practice after that?
Good question. I think there was both. I think it was both. I think number one, I think it's obvious. We played bigger tonight. Now, we would have played bigger more this game if it wasn't this style of game. Tough game to make a switch to go big versus a team that's going to do this. But you know what? We had to because again, there's no doubt everything the last 5 days was about this game. But I've always said this, win or lose, everything we do every day is the big picture. This was our 12th game of the season. We're still in the first, now we may have just crossed over into the second third of the season, numbers-wise. But we still have another non-conference game, conference, and postseason ahead of us. So everything we do has to be about the big picture. And so we did some things the last few days, but yeah, there was a mindset thing because this team was pissed off. This team was pissed off that we had dropped some games. And in an 11-day stretch, it was our toughest 11-day stretch that we've had as a team since June 2nd, since everybody came here. And we lost 3 games in 9 days. It was mindset, and it was offensive rebounding. But there was some adjustments to our defense, and I think any of you guys watching could tell. Obviously, we were in the half-court defense more. We were in our zone defense more. We did some different things and some different coverages. And then offensively, really, we were doing some different things, but we had to make an adjustment in the middle of the game because of that style of play. And that's okay, and we'll get right back to it as we prepare for another really good team coming in here on Saturday.
Anything else?